Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just doing up a post for that there Facebook thing, you know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Gaming, streaming. Stream hashtag the sinking. Am I spelling that right? SIN KING city. Ooh. Okay. The sinking city gaming stream. Already said hashtag YouTube. I think that's it. Okay. I want to post there as well, so I just need to upload a photo of the thumbnail. And there we go. It's ready. Control C, because this needs to go to Twitter too. Happy Halloween, though. Hope everyone's having a grand old day. I am. I know, I'm not dressed up in a costume. Ugh. I was busy working on stuff today. I got my gear all squared away again. I was working on some background related things. Like all the cables that are behind the camera. I had those cleaned up. Also, you can't see because my head is blocking it, but I got candles lit behind me. I should just move them back a little bit and then you'll be able to see them. Yeah, let's do that. I want to show them off. I think they look cool. Ah. I'm playing with fire. And I'm gonna get burned. There. Ah! If it isn't... White. How you doing? Welcome back to... Now I'm gonna lean this way. I'm gonna lean this way and block the freaking candles that I just moved for everybody to see. Ah! I'm horrible. Now, I gotta know. White, what are your preferred pronouns? These are important to me. We got circus music going on? That's creepy. So personal preferred pronouns are like he, him, she, her, they, them, stuff like that. Like how do you want to be referred to as? Because I'm using the last little bit of your name, which is White, because I can't read the first bit very well, and I apologize for that. So when I see your name, he as in kid / boy. Okay. So if I call you Mr. White, that makes more sense. See, if you preferred they, them, then that would change how I would refer to you, right? So, but if it's he, then it's Mr. and you are Mr. White. It sounds very elegant. Anyway, today, instead of hopping back into Resident Evil, I thought we would try out this game. It's a Lovecraftian horror game. You're in 7th grade? Okay. Doesn't matter, Mr. White. It's a Lovecraftian horror game. So Cthulhu and that type of stuff. And, yeah. I thought it would be kind of fun to get into. I saw some stuff about it. Never actually played it. So, a small percentage of people may experience seizure when exposed to certain things. And okay. So, epilepsy warning. Epilepsy warning, my dear viewers. I'm going to pause music now. Okay. Whoop. So yeah, I've never played this game before. That is the wrong screen, Jangles. There we go. I know nothing about this game. We're going into it blind. It's going to be a lot of fun. Am I losing frames or is my webcam just looking weird? I think my webcam's looking weird. Yeah, my webcam freaking reset. What the hell? The exposure decided, you know what? I don't like what you chose to do. I'm going to change it for you. All right, let's just quickly check over everything. I do need to have VSync enabled on these monitors. I know it's weird, but it's a requirement for these computers. All right. New game. Frosty welcome. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've searched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmount. Oakmond? What's VSync? Vertical sync is it's a feature that basically locks the frame rate. So how many frames per second to what the monitor is capable of. So my computer monitor is capable of 144 hertz. However, the graphics card that runs it is not. So it can only do 60 on a given day. So VSync will lock it at the most capable frame rate for the monitor and performance. And it also helps if like you see weird, like if the image is supposed to look like this and it looks like this, VSync fixes that. I'm doing a horrible job at explaining it. I'm sure there are thousands of people who can explain it better, but just know that it helps with tearing. And now I'm interrupting story. U.S. Navy. This is set in 1920. What did you see, my guy? Okay. Well, that was a fun opening cutscene. Oh, hey, look, a gun.
Hope I never have to use it. But something tells me I will.
Something tells me I will too. Letter from J. Vandenberg. Dear Master Charles, as you requested, I've reached the outbursts of hysteria. I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmond, Mass. I think that's supposed to be like Massachusetts, maybe? I don't know. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmond, haunted by visions of similar to yours, a city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment and the person who might be able to help you with it. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself then to come to Oakmond as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Okay. So, in this game, we play as a detective, and it is our job to figure out what the heck is going on in this city. Because it's sinking.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Truer words have never been spoken. Okay. Let's figure out what's going on. Wait. Am I here?
Now get out.
Rude.
Now get out. Now get out. Now get out. Now get out. Now get out.
Okay.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes Vanderberg.
Johannes.
At your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my
This game is the perfect example of why motion capture is so valuable in terms of video game development.
Finest hour, though it is its most important.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy
Oakmount.
task.
Oakmont.
Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
The flood?
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
Yeah, I can get that.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
It's a very heavy story kind of game.
Throgmorton tends to
Story rich.
stand out from the crowd.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
A world famous university that nobody wants to travel to. Makes sense.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Yay!
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
So he runs a think tank.
Do we have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Fair enough.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No, no. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Not creepy at all. Yay. So the game quite literally just told me, yeah, I'm not going to help you at all. Okay, and I believe M would bring up... Yeah. So we're dealing with waterways. Reed Heights, Old Grove, Coverside, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the Shells, and Advent. Okay. Casebook, Frosty Welcome, or the Room to the Devil's Key. Find Robert Thorgmonton. Okay, so we gotta go find this guy. And as it clearly says, we're not going to be held by the hand. Under the keel bar and exit this way. I'm guessing you are Robert
I don't
Thorgmonton.
care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was
Boston.
told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say?
Yes.
Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Yeah.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. But he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
What?
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the Shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Okay, well, what do you know about the
I've heard
visions?
you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
No, you.
Dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dream.
Hello, Beatty.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera, you have a point, newcomer.
I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found.
How's your
on the
Halloween
shore
night going,
in a
Beatty?
lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the fisherman's house?
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. Was standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick
Fun.
about it.
So, face the house. There's a fence to the left of it?
I've said everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Okay, hold on. I need to review the case notes. Case book. Oh. It's not what I wanted. Oh, that's neat. Okay, I wanted to see the lifeboat, but I guess we'll just go right into the house. What does Q do? Is this my investigation census?
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay.
I think I
Charles
pulled some
Reed, friend
cables by
back.
accident.
Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Tell me what happened.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying
What business?
Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay. And he woke up.
Shit.
And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will. Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Who is this Kay you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Okay.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or Kay? Did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. And the police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
What the hell?
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Like, it's not telling me to use that feature, so.
Choo choo. Ahem. Choo choo. Ahem. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Oh, it's Mind's Eye. Okay.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebheil, Nugulina, Haft.
RetroCon. What? Okay. As you understand events that happened in the past, inspect enough evidence on the scene, and the vision will emerge. Step into it to find all the critical scenes. What the hell?
Take this, ape-face.
Oof, that's bright on the eyes. Hold on here. Here we go. We're going to sRGB.
Yeah, run!
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
1.
What's happening?
Comes running out here into scene 2.
Take this, ape-face.
You get shot by a guy in a trench coat. Yeah, roughly the same.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Key evidence collected.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella.
What is going on with my vision? Am I going crazy? Oh, it's because I'm standing next to the guy. All right, casebook. A fisherman brought on unconscious Albert Throgmorton into the house and left. When Albert woke up, he caused an outburst of hysteria and attacked the rest of the fishermen. One of the fishermen shot him, and Albert fled through the hole in the wall. Albert returned unstable. Albert attacked the fisherman. Albert spread hysteria around him. There we go. Albert attacked the fisherman. Albert Throgmorton was dangerous and posed a threat to Lewis Flynn and his fellow fishermen. One fisherman is missing and Albert is wounded. I can track down Albert. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them by using my supernatural senses. Okay. There we go. So went this way?
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Oh, those things are creepy. Oh God, they're like fish rats. Here we go. Had a hysteria attack.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
And he ran, I'm guessing, into this building marked with an H. Warehouse. Oh, bloody pocket.
There's something in the pocket.
Bloodstained note. Lewis, please, just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock. Up at the house! Up at the house! My sign in the window says go to the house. Nobody wants to read. But I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry. I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week, I'll return everything double interest. Peter.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Press T for more information. Padlocks can be broken. Frig's sakes.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
I'm guessing the more I use the oh, there's something in the mine palace? Is that what that is? Lewis left the crime scene. Albert fled when wounded. Bar owner indebted to Lewis. Albert was murdered. Lewis pursued Albert. Albert was murdered. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis may be at the bar. Albert was murdered. I found the body of Albert Thorsten in the basement of the warehouse, not far from the fisherman's house. He was fatally shot in the head and impaled on hooks, and then hidden. Lewis may be at the bar. Wait, do I have an inventory? I do. What can I craft? Do I have the ability to craft things? Maybe I should just quickly report this to Thorsten and tell him that I'm working on finding his son's killer.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately, not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can, keep your weapons handy.
Fair. Fair enough, skis.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis. He had a gun and pursued Albert after he fled the house.
Lewis it is, then. What do you know of him?
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Those filthy scum have done it now. When I'm through with them, they will rue the day they dared lay a finger on a Throgmorton. Bring me that dirtbag, Lewis. He and I are due a reckoning. Do this for me, and I'll help you with anything you need.
I feel like I might have jumped to a conclusion. That's not gold, so I have a feeling there's still things left in this warehouse to investigate. I really should have looked around everywhere. So I'm gonna look around a little bit more then. Yeah, there's nothing else here. Just creepy bodies.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go to the bar to see Lewis. Or see if Lewis is there. Uh-oh. Okay, I think they read. I just don't want the dogs barking. They're loud. Bar under the keel.
Oh. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
I would hope not.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some unsettling creatures around.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah, even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Robert Throgmorton hired me to investigate his son's disappearance. I found the note about your debt to Lewis near his cold, dead body. It looks like Lewis murdered Robert's kid. You want him to come here and ask instead of me?
What?
Don't what me. At best, you're harboring a criminal. At worst, you're an accessory to murder.
What? No. I ain't done nothing.
Then where is he?
Mr. Throgmorton.
No. No. Throg. Lewis is upstairs. Here's the key.
Thank you.
Man, there's your good deed for the day. I've seen some unsettling creatures around, like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember,
Okay.
better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Interesting.
Bye.
Okay, what was the thing that I wanted to do? Oh yeah, first and foremost, save. Next, settings, audio. Oh yeah. Okay, we're good. There we go.
What the? Get the. Oh.
What the? Get the. To you too.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
Yes, I must know.
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
I'm not gonna ask why you look like that, but I will ask why you killed him.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out I was right.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head? A hidden body? One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explain.
I mean, we've already been over it 4 or 5 times now. Yeah, I'm a newcomer to
Answer
town.
the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition, reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I already told them, though.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
All evidence collected. Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight with Albert Throgmorton. Lewis was mentally affected and couldn't entirely control his actions. Lewis was under mental influence. Lewis killed Albert Throgmorton while under some sort of mental influence. He couldn't control his actions and thus he can't be blamed for Albert's death. I could try to cover for him, or else Robert Throgmorton will have his head. Psych influence or not, Lewis was out to murder no. I'm sure of this one. Actually, let's go back up and look at the guy with the I'm curious.
Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
Okay, so there's nothing in my mind's eye. Back out into the rain.
And just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Why geological expedition? Any links between visions and hysteria?
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a
I'm being
week,
very
Albert.
quiet tonight. I apologize
The
for that,
only one I
everybody.
could trust comes ashore and
I'm
is
intrigued.
killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Well then. Hook, line, and sinker. That's a case completed right there, everybody. Okay. Oh shit, I got a revolver now? Nice. I'm gonna wait for Jen to announce the numbers. Oh. Jen might actually be very interested in this game. It was on sale on Steam for $10. And it's quite literally an HP Lovecraft game. So, I'm glad you're also here, by the way, Matt, because I was about to say, all right, I'm done for the night, because there hasn't been anyone for over 20 minutes. But I eagerly await to hear the numbers. I've had several people knock on the door down here. I have a sign in the window with a light on it that says, go that way. Nobody reads it. Anyway. So we have a key to the headquarters and a lost expedition. Interesting. Vigor and mind. What is this? Smart packing. Carry up to 25 pieces of any crafting material. Absolute clarity. Earn more experience and stay sane for slightly longer. Yes, please. We're still taking down stuff and making late food while we around. Okay. Yeah. Creepy. All right. Let's head for the hotel first. Okay. Compass mark. So the boat is just outside. And then we can take the waterways there. So, yeah, if we use our supernatural senses, it drives us insane faster. Interesting. And, yeah, there's a lot of talking in this game. But it's interesting for sure. What is happening? Robert Throgmorton funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove. How the fuck did I end up here? Okay. Diary.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers. No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Oh. Well, it is windy, so we'll wear the wind coat. There we go.
Never again, they say.
The window's not even open. Oof. Oof. She's oof. Raids on Innsmouthers. The number of attack on the Innsmouther immigrants have increased. Raids are intensifying, with more and more Innsmouthers exposed to abuse and assault. Sometimes whole families are found dead in their house. Police are on the case, with several illegal Innsmouthers businesses captured and their owners sent to jail. The city ought to have been cleared of these fish scums long ago, said Robert Throgmorton, head of the Throgmorton Grand family. I regret only one thing. It all started too late. Had we not neglected our civic duties, my son Albert would still be with us. Mr. Reed, it seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there every time. Well, ooh. Do you mind if I do? Charles Reed, Private Eye. I was bored and kinda lonely, figured I'd pick up the book. Found the Necronomicon, thought that I would take a look. It's quite literally the game. Boarded up the windows and locked the doors. They are just men. The Yellow King is a gang. They can't get here now. Now there's only me and these nightmares. A little longer, and I'll figure them out. Keep it down, Mr. Archer. I've seen you dragging things into your room. I'll mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. You're a landlord. Too many coincidences. So the lighthouse is out. Several ships have gotten lost at sea, and some are now decorating the city's beaches. That's one thing, but now there's an enterprising fellow at the city port hiring salvagers to recover ships. He's turning a tidy profit from selling them. Can't be a coincidence. I need to look into it. Now, if only the city wasn't so impossible to navigate. I'll find all the goodies. I did the dance and did the chants, and much to my surprise, I found an ancient deity with tentacles and glowing eyes. He poured some wine and said, "Let's have some fun." What? You thought I was gonna sing the song out loud? Nope.
Finally, you're awake.
God, you're ugly.
Gotta tell you though, mister, you want to stay on here? You stop making all that noise.
What noise?
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Perfect. I didn't do anything. Okay. I didn't do anything.
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't
sure?
think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine, fine. Take what you wish.
Wow. Jesus. So many things added to my casebook. Letters from Oakmont. This city, no matter how badly the flood damaged it, has an unnatural appeal. I can't stop myself from walking, even if it means being struck by further visions. I went to the eastern part of the Salvation Harbor. Near the crossing of Fitz-O'Callahan Street and Old Church Road. It came. The feeling of loneliness and the fear was immense. I was a woman locked in a room, infected and slowly rotting. My body turned into something. It itched badly, and my face. I had to hold the skin with both my hands to prevent it from growing until I suffocated. I ended up sitting on the road crying until some inmouther kicked me and ordered me away. The visions are testing me, playing with my mind. My old forgotten fears come to life. When I was small, I was afraid to stay alone. I thought my parents would leave and never come back. Today, I went to the eastern streets of Coverside, and the visions came on the corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingport Street. I felt I was alone, forgotten and locked in a locked room, hungry and frightened. It was so scary I stayed inside. But everything was much worse behind the door. Something scratched in the corridor, and there were terrifying screams from outside. I could not run, could not hide. I just waited for Mom to return. Okay. Next. I'm afraid someone stalks me. It started when I visited Western Advent. East. It's on the coastal. Yeah, it's on the coast. Purdy Road and Oak Street. I'm gonna see where this is. Okay, hold on here. Purdy Road and Oak Street. Visited Western Advent. Huh. Purdy Road and Oak. Mirror, mirror.